Good morning. For my inspired text, I'm actually going to reference the morning prayers address of someone who spoke here a few years ago. She started by asking us to look around the chapel and pick something we felt was beautiful. You can take a few minutes to do so now. A few moments. I remember picking the carvings on the wall. After a few seconds, she asked if any of us had picked the empty space. None of us had, but it is this invisible space that makes Appleton Chapel what it is. This space not only connects all the tangible parts, but also adds an ethereal quality to them. From the choir's perspective, the empty space is the medium through which our voices come together and merge into something beautiful, hopefully. And it's amazing because everything from the shape of this room to the temperature to even the weather outside can impact how the space shapes our collective sound. Even outside of these factors, I am now convinced that there is something unquantifiable about the space that changes every day. It's never quite the same. Something about it transcends explanation. As a scientist, this idea is sometimes hard for me to grasp. I came into Harvard with a spirituality that went no further than a strong belief that science, grounded in tangible results, could account for everything. I initially thought I wanted to focus on the cosmos, but my physics and astronomy classes had no patience for someone who just wanted to look up at the stars and ask why. So I decided to join a field that loved me even less, biology. Most of us are probably familiar with the process of natural selection. The heroes of natural selection are the organisms that are, 1, best able to survive, and 2, most able to pass down their genes to their offspring. This is tough for me because I have struggled with both. It was hard enough to feel evolutionarily fit when I nearly starved to death because I somehow didn't know how to breastfeed. But over the past few years, when doctors have diagnosed me with a host of ill-defined and poorly understood conditions that may make it harder for me to get pregnant, it almost feels like I'm one of those organisms that are supposed to get weeded out. Luckily, I have taken some amazing classes at Harvard, which have helped me come to terms with my biological ineptitude. The first class was Gender Biology and the Body, which taught me that science, at least in practice, is imperfect, and that there is a lot of bias in the way it is conducted and interpreted. One such bias is the fact that so little research is dedicated to understanding female reproductive health. Maybe it's the insufficiencies of science then, not the insufficiencies of my body, that lead to a nebulous understanding of my health. The other class was one in which I expected to gain a scientific understanding of the phenomenon I, and many of us here, love most, music. Music is the perfect example of something that will always elude the grasp of science. This class was supposed to illuminate the evolutionary and psychological explanations behind why music can make us feel such powerful emotions. But I was disappointed because all that seems to be out there are a few half-formed theories about how humans are stimulated by music that sounds like infants calling for help, or by unpredictable music that makes us feel afraid at first. So, even though it didn't intend to do so, this class taught me that the answer to the why of music is simply that we don't know. While this might point to a lack of current knowledge, I think that this space between scientific conviction and the unexplainable is important. It's where religion and faith come in for a lot of people. For me, it has less to do with a belief in any higher power, and more to do with becoming comfortable with the gap itself. Because ultimately, I don't think anything can explain those moments when you choir collectively resolves a suspension that remains ringing in the air, or when Tom plays a chord that clicks exactly into place with ours, or especially when Ed gives us one of those famous and rare heart pats. I was told by our voice teacher, Frank, that those moments are reserved for the infinite present, always occurring somewhere, because anything that painfully beautiful must last forever. And now, after 4 years of singing with you choir, I have finally arrived at a place where I feel comfortable accepting the unexplainable and just enjoying it for every ounce of happiness that it has given me here. It has been such a privilege singing with you all and being a part of this community. I don't know whether to thank some sort of God or Ed most. But I do know that when I look back on my 4 years of college, I will most fondly remember not the momentous events I experienced, but the space between them, which was filled with the beauty of the Harvard University choir. Let us offer a moment of silent prayer or meditation grounding ourselves in this unique space for one last time together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.